I got this belt from Hot Topic because I didn't have it in the store. And then I was just browsing the website and I'm like,
That
fuck
belt
yeah.
doubles as both a belt for you and a belt for your Ghostface costume.
That is the first thing I thought of.
Hey everyone, and welcome to
Hey
Why Are You
everyone.
Still Here? Happy Friday the 13th,
Yes.
Lucas.
So for this Friday the 13th, Brandon and I, we're gonna show you our matching Friday the 13th waist tattoos that we just got. You know, that's popular.
Yeah, no. We did not do that. But I mean not on our wrists, at least on our but yeah, so it's Friday the 13th, and this was sort of like an idea that just came to me almost not last minute, but within the last few days. And I'm like, well,
Yes.
it's Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th. That's a tongue twister. Keep saying Friday the 13th 5 times fast. Um, they don't happen that often. I can't even tell you the last time one happened, right? And so I was like, well, we should probably take this opportunity to talk about just a little bit Friday the 13th. And especially because the Crystal Lake series is going to be coming out, I believe, in October. And around that time we plan on doing a ranking of the movies, and
Hmm.
very much like the Halloween series. And it'll be exactly like that because there's a ton of them. Except I don't feel the same way about the Friday the 13th series, which
100%.
actually,
Oh, I like him.
could you hear that?
I got the first and the last.
You mean the
So
the first ki, the ki?
sure. So it
Yes.
shows you how much of a Friday the 13th fangirl I am.
For those that don't know, it's kill mom or kill mommy. And they altered it so it'd be just the ki of kill and the mo of mom.
Very good.
So yeah, it'll be kick, ma, ma, ma. They did that in the editing phase for those that don't know. Obviously, I mean, whatever. No, they had it on set. Anyway, so Lucas, two questions
Lay it
for
on me.
you. One, what was your first experience with Friday the 13th?
I mean, I always remember seeing The Mask as like a kid. Um, the first movie I saw, I honestly couldn't tell you, but the first movie that I liked was Freddy vs. Jason among all of them.
Wow.
Yeah. I never got attached to it. I have not to this day, I have not watched every single movie in the franchise. I just it's not my biggest thing.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
This is the extent of my Friday the 13th. I bought this like a year ago, maybe even 2 years ago. I don't even remember, with the intent of watching all of them. Little did I know it's missing these two. So I bought this.
Hmm.
These were expensive, not expensive, but they were like 30 bucks a piece on Blu-ray. And I was not willing to pay $30 a piece for a movie I'm going to watch one time for a Weish ranking. So I just bought the DVD. And then this, I like this pack because I love the remake. Holy shit. And then Freddy vs. Jason is awesome. And then who doesn't love this movie? It's everybody's favorite, right?
I like it. Honestly, and we'll talk about Nightmare on Elm Street at some point as
Yes, I
well.
like that a lot more.
That's a series that I like more as well. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't really like the remake, but I really like Jackie Earl Haley in it. The Friday the 13th remake, though, I agree,
I
it
agree
was
with both
great.
of those opinions.
It's a shame that they never were able to do a sequel,
I know it was
unfortunately.
so good. It was so
It
damn
was
good.
Derek Mears that obviously played Jason, and that he was really good. And he also plays a mutant in your favorite movie, The Hills Have Eyes too. Anyway, so yeah, so your first experience you barely even remember. It was as late as Freddy versus Jason, which is pretty crazy.
That was
That's
the one I cared about the
2003.
most. I had seen something on cable, during AMC's 30 days or 31 days, whatever. But I mean,
Okay.
again, you can't really say that. It's all edited for TV, and they're known for being slasher, gory, whatever, gratuitous. So I guess you can't really count
Hmm.
that. I'm
This
gonna
is
watch them all,
interesting.
and I know there's gonna be some that I like, and I know I'm
Mhm.
gonna have some really controversial opinions about it. That's all I can
I don't
foresee
think so.
happening.
I
Okay,
don't think so.
this is the best one. For
Very
sure.
good. Yes. Okay. So my first experience with Friday the 13th, I remember it very clearly. I was in third grade, and there was I was really into horror movies. This all started with Halloween.
Oh shit. No shit.
And, so I would go to, Family Video with my mom every Friday. And, it was like the treat of the week, right? And I'd walk around and I'd see tons of like covers and stuff. And that's why still to this day, certain movies really stuck with me because
Oh
of
yeah.
the VHS covers. Some movies I've never seen, like The Dentist, has really stuck with me
I know the
because
cover of
of
that.
yeah. And stuff like that. The Phantom of the Opera, like weird slasher movie, like it really has stuck with me. But Jason was always like it always in the popular, like it was in the zeitgeist, right? Like who didn't know Jason?
Mhm.
In fact, there was a period of time where everybody thought Michael Myers was Jason, and it still happens a little bit, where you'd see Michael Myers and people go like, "Oh, Jason," But luckily, the new David Gordon Green trilogy has kind of quelled that for the most part, thankfully. But um, so I was in third grade, and I just happened to choose one of the Friday the 13th movies, and I wasn't smart enough to start with like the first one, or maybe they didn't have it or whatever. So I grabbed part five, and what's really funny
Among all of
is
them.
among all of them, and part five is the one that doesn't even have Jason in it,
Yeah.
which is really funny. Yeah, spoiler alert for a movie that's 40 years old. It is a character named Roy that ends up being dressed as Jason, killing people. And I remember, starting it, did the same thing with The Shining the first time I saw it. It was all around that same period where I started it, and the first 10 minutes scared me and I turned it off. And then I went back to it
That's
and
how
I
it was
watched a
with
little bit
a
more of
lot of
it and I
movies.
turned
Chucky
it off.
and The
And
Exorcist.
yes, yes. Long story short, I finally watched the entire thing, but I was like reintroduced to it probably, I don't know, I was in like middle school or something like that. So sometime after 2001. So 2001 to, by the time Freddy versus Jason came out, I was a fan, like a legit fan. So yeah, that was my beginning experience of it. And so second question for you, and really last question, because again, that's really all we have to talk about. We're just doing this little thing here. Again, we're going to do a ranking of the series. It's going to be really interesting because I mean, I know how I feel about the movies. I already have them all ranked on Letterboxd.
Of course.
No cheating for you to go look up what Letterboxd is and then find my
I
account
know
on
what it
it.
is, and I'm not gonna look up
Oh,
your account.
I don't believe you. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting with you.
Yeah,
Um,
so I guess I've seen 1 through 5, Jason X and Freddy vs. Jason and the remake. Is that all the ones I've seen? I think. I think.
I mean, I don't think that that's a problem. You have covered the good ones of the series, except for no,
Yeah.
you're missing one. Six. Six is
Yeah.
really good.
Okay, awesome. Hell yeah. Good. I'm very happy that you said that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought I was going to be good getting into just schlock. And I have a feeling that I may enjoy Jason Takes Manhattan.
I don't think you will. You mean Jason takes a boat ride? So
Okay.
yeah, that's an inside joke amongst fans because he's only in Manhattan for 20 minutes of the movie. The other
Why do
hour
you have to spoil the
plus-
movie for me, man? You asshole.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, spoiling a movie that is over 30 years old. But
Anyway, what was the
Yeah.
second question? Did I miss it? Did I answer it? I don't even remember.
No, it hasn't come yet. The other thing people call it is Jason Takes Vancouver. That's the other one. But anyway, so yeah, part 6 this should get you excited. Kevin Williamson, the writer of Scream, right, was most inspired to write Scream from Friday the 13th part 6 because it's very meta.
Aaron, we better turn around.
Why?
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
It was like the first meta movie. Get the hell out of here. It was the first meta movie. This isn't special features. Get that shit out of here. I saw it over there. Yeah, Lucas is on like a weird buying spree of just the one mask, the 25th anniversary Scream.
They had them
mask.
half off. How could you not?
Yes. Anyway, so part 6 is a fan favorite. Basically, 2
Stop talking
Or-
about it. I'm gonna watch.
Whoa, calm down, ho.
and
Oh, okay.
6.
All right.
2, 4, and 6 are the ones of the series that people really enjoy. So secondary question, which you kind of already answered it, which was how do you feel about it today? I haven't answered it yet, but you kind of already have.
I mean,
which is
it's-
that you don't really know anything about it.
It's yeah, because I mean, it's not my favorite, but I mean, I totally see the appeal. But anyway, TV series could be cool. I'm excited because I know it's not gonna have Jason in it. That's what the whole rumor is, right? Because of
Eventually.
okay, and I'm fine with the
I mean-
whole build up thing. I always like build up, so
Maybe
see what they can do with
child
it.
Jason will be in it. Nobody knows. That's the thing. People are just assuming because they're like, oh, they're rebooting the story. So do you have to start with Pamela Voorhees again? I don't know. The remake had all of 30 seconds of her in it. So.
Right.
Okay, so in conclusion, my experience with the series today is that it's definitely not one of my favorites. It's out of the big 3, the trio, whatever you want to call them, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th. It's definitely my least favorite out of those 3. But I think it's okay. I mean, I bought the Scream Factory
yeah,
set. I've been buying the steel books. They've been doing the Harry Potter thing, which Harry Potter, Warner Brothers, sort of fell off of it. And it just occurred to me they might have not done the Chamber of Secrets because they're like borderline bankruptcy. They don't even have money to release their movies at the moment, Warner Brothers.
wow.
So maybe that's why they never released that second steelbook. But Friday the 13th, it was the Saw series of the 80s, and they released a movie every year. So now they're doing anniversary editions with the steelbook. So I have
I've
both
seen
of
those
those going
releases.
on. Yes, ma'am.
Good
And
for
they
you.
just released part 4, and I just got it last week. So yes, I played the game. Obviously, the game was a lot of fun before they took the servers down and all of that, and before the lawsuit started that stopped any new stuff from being added to the game. Obviously, I've seen them all several times over. Yeah.
Very good.
So I guess we'll see. It's kind of hard to be a fan of the series at the moment because there hasn't been a new movie in so long. But
Yeah,
we'll
I guess
see.
if you're a fan
We'll
of the
see what
series, you're a
happens.
fan of your nostalgia with the series, more or less, at this point.
Yeah. Isn't it insane to think the last one that came out was 2009?
I was about to ask you, like, I had to rack my brain. I mean, I remember when that movie came out. I mean, everyone in high school was talking about that movie.
Yeah.
How are we gonna see it, man? How are we gonna sneak in, bro? My dad would always just buy us tickets, and then he would just drive, like he would just leave and then come pick us back up.
That is hilarious. I was old enough, so you
Well,
know.
good for you. And how was it?
Oh, good for you. And how was it?
Yeah, I was 17, so I was
You
able to go see
literally
it.
old enough.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had a
So
couple years.
I saw it in theaters. And it
God,
was
I remember when I saw the remake for Nightmare on Elm Street. It was again the same situation where my dad just bought us the tickets and then drove off. It was me and my friend Brandon. Actually, his name was Brandon. Nothing like you though. But Brandon and I were going
Nobody's
to see
like
this.
me.
We want to see the movie. We get in, we're like, hell yeah. And then later on, like a manager and like the ticket attendee come into the theater and like they pull us to the side. They're like, yeah, we need to see your tickets. Make sure you didn't sneak in. And then luckily we had our tickets. I'm like,
That's
there
good.
you go.
Yeah.
And then I saw
back,
the movie.
back in the old days of you just sit wherever you can, and they would oversell. So better get there early.
It happened to Alice in Wonderland for me. We tried to sit on the floor to watch the movie because it was like all booked and they oversold it and they told us to leave. They're like, you can wait for
Yep.
the next showing.
Yep, fire hazard. That's what happened with The Dark Knight, and that's why we had to get there 5 hours early, because they would let you in the auditorium, and you could just sit there and wait. But
Anyway, yes, this isn't movie theater nostalgia because we're gonna keep talking forever. I have to go get ready to go see Megan now. We're gonna do part 2 today. Everybody, tune in for the Megan review.
yes, so that is our little Friday the 13th thing, and you know, we'll see where it goes from here. But yeah, that's it. So again, happy Friday the 13th,
Yep.
everybody. And we'll get back to this subject again soon. And I don't know, Lucas is probably gonna fall in love with it, and this will become a series because
It'll be my new favorite.
Chucky has been really letting us down on all
Oh my
fronts.
God.
So
I don't want to talk about it.
Lucas is gonna do a 180 and jump to this series. This will become his thing. Yes, but yes, thanks for joining us, everybody, and we'll see you later. All right.
Bye, everybody.